What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. I gotta tell you guys, I'm really excited right now. Yesterday, we got the weekly update from Bungie, and in the weekly update, they kind of started talking about how Update 2.0 is coming out on Tuesday, September 8th, and then the Taken King will be coming out exactly a week later on September 15th. And one of the things I'm actually really excited about is that 1 week period in between. Now, they also mentioned that we'd be getting a Crucible preview where everybody, even people who didn't buy the Taken King, are going to be able to play Rift and Mayhem, two new game modes that are going to be included in the Taken King. But what else is really exciting is that we're basically going to see a 1 week metagame. This is going to be a meta inside Destiny that will never be repeated and will only last a week. So we're going to get the new sandbox with Update 2.0, and that's going to come 1 week before the release of Taken King. So with the release of Taken King, we're going to get new exotics, we're going to get new shotguns, fusion rifles, pulse rifles, we're going to get all sorts of new stuff, and the metagame is going to change because people will figure out what is the most powerful types of weapons in the Taken King. What specifically are the power weapons of the Taken King? That stuff will get figured out very quickly. But what we do know is the powerful stuff of year one. And we also know that a lot of those power weapons are getting nerfed severely with this new sandbox inside Update 2.0, with this new metagame, with this new rebalancing of weapons. Things like Thorn, things like Last Word, shotguns with shot package and rangefinder. These are getting huge nerfs. And that's really exciting because we get this 1 week period where we get to use some of our favorite weapons that we really haven't found that viable. Right now, if you really want to compete in the Crucible and you are playing equally skilled players and they're using Thorn or the Last Word, you basically have no choice but to switch over to those weapons because they are clearly superior to anything else in the game. But for 1 week, that's not going to be true because we're going to get this new updated sandbox in Update 2.0, but we're not yet going to have access to the new weapons. The most powerful weapons in the game are still going to be the year one weapons. So I'm really excited to jump into the Crucible with some of my favorite guns that just haven't been viable for the last year. Things like the Mida Multi-Tool. You'll see the return of the Suros Regime. How about the Monte Carlo? You know, things like those that I really haven't been using because, you know, frankly, I want to win when I'm in the Crucible. Right now you're seeing the gameplay with the Mida Multi-Tool. I love this gun. I absolutely love this gun. But if I'm getting stomped in, you know I'm switching to the Last Word. I'm switching to Thorn. It's absolutely gonna happen because I want to win, and that's the most viable way of getting me to a win. But for 1 week, Thorn, the Last Word, they're not going to be the power weapons they once were. They're going to have severe nerfs. Guns like the Mida Multi-Tool are going to be really powerful, and they're not going to have replacements like they will a week from then with the Taken King. When we start seeing those new exotics with the Taken King, when we start seeing the new legendary weapons that are, you know, super good, everybody's going to want to be using those new guns. But for 1 week, we get the update, and we still have the year one weapons. It's gonna be a really fun week to compete in the Crucible, and I can't wait. Like, I'm really excited for this. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm really excited for the Taken King, but this 1 week event, this 1 week is gonna be a special time for Destiny. It's gonna be an unrepeatable time because never again will we see the metagame not include year two weapons, right? We've only got this 1 week that all the year one weapons are going to have the new balance patch applied, plus be the most powerful weapons. So it should be a really fun week to compete in the Crucible. Plus, we're getting the new game modes that anybody can play, whether you've bought the Taken King or not. Mayhem and Rift both look super fun. So I'm really anticipating that. I mean, it's going to be a very special week inside Destiny. It's going to be something you can talk about, you know, for the rest of your Destiny careers. Remember that 1 week where the Mida Multi-Tool reigned supreme. The Monte Carlo was a monster. Remember that 1 week where there was no better weapon in the metagame than Red Death. Now, I don't know that these will be the power weapons, right? that's going to take some experimentation. Bungie has been a little bit vague about exactly some of the changes they're making, especially around pulse rifles. It's a little hard to figure out what this meta is going to be, but we're going to get 1 week to experiment with it and 1 week to play with it, and I'm really excited. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. You know, do you really care that we're going to have this 1 week metagame, or is it going to be, are you just anticipating the Taken King for right now? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely anticipating the Taken King. I can't wait to start collecting new armor, new weapons, start competing in the raid. I am dying to get into that raid, trust me. But for the last, I don't know, I think February was the last weapon update we saw, so it's been a really long time. It's been basically 7 months with the current metagame, a metagame that I find relatively frustrating, with shotguns with shot package, you know, with the Thorn just being everywhere. Trials of Osiris is so frustrating right now because everybody seems to be using Thorn. The last word is just everywhere. And the last word is a broken gun. There's no doubt about it. And the last word is getting a serious fix in update 2.0. The range is getting pulled way back, and that is going to be really exciting. Thorn is getting all of the hand cannon nerfs that, you know, are kind of widespread across hand cannons. They're getting a ranged nerf, they're getting an ammo nerf, but Thorn specifically is getting that damage over time nerfed as well. I can't wait for this. You know, it's going to be really exciting. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people still using Thorn, but it's not going to be as effective. And I've also heard earlier reports that in update 2.0, hand cannons don't have that same ease of use that they've had for the last 7 months. They're a little harder to aim. It's a little more difficult to get those rapid fire headshots than what we've seen in the past. You got to be more precise. It takes more skill to use hand cannons. So even though we've got Thorn and it still does damage over time, that damage over time is getting reduced. The ammo is getting reduced. Its range is getting reduced. And it's going to be harder to use on top of that because it's not going to have that same type of auto aim that we're used to. So a lot of people are still going to be using it because they're not aware, right? They're not the hardcore Destiny fanboys that a lot of people like you guys who watch a channel like this are. But we're going to be in there using the real power weapons, the new stuff, and that's going to be really fun and really exciting. Now, Trials of Osiris, that should be an interesting thing. So next Friday, with Update 2.0, we're going to have that 1 week event, right, where we've got this new metagame, and we'll get Trials of Osiris. So what will Trials of Osiris be like? You know, shotguns with the range reduction, that'll be awesome. Not having everybody using Thorn, that'll be awesome. So Trials of Osiris should be really exciting. Now, in yesterday's podcast, we recorded the Planet Destiny podcast yesterday, and Pope Bear and Patrick were pretty convinced that we're not going to see a Trials of Osiris for this week. They just kind of thought, you know, what's the point? We're seeing the update 2.0. We'll see the return of Trials of Osiris a little bit later after the Taken King releases. And I think that would be a horrible mistake by Bungie because I want to enjoy this 1 week metagame as much as possible. And part of that, to me, is the Trials of Osiris. And if they pull the Trials of Osiris out, I'll be really disappointed. Yes, I'll be able to play Mayhem. Yes, I'll be able to play Rift. But Trials of Osiris, to me, is one of the most fun things to do in Destiny. And that fun has been soured a little bit just by the overuse of Thorn, the last word, and shotguns. And having those all get nerfed, but still being able to play with our year 1 gear, man, that's really exciting to me. So I hope that Bungie does not pull Trials of Osiris out for the week. I really want to see the Trials of Osiris still be there for this 1 week meta. So that's my thoughts. It's something I'm really excited about. It's, you know, it's going to be this moment in time that's never repeatable. You're going to be able to talk about this for a long time. That 1 week, you know, that one special week of Update 2.0 being live, but no Taken King weapons. It's going to be the ultimate year 1 Crucible week, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.